Right. See, till now we discussed about the municipalities, right? Now I am going to discuss about the Gram Sabha, Gram Panchayat, and Samiti block or Gram Samiti, or you can say block level local government. We will see. See, first of all, as you are familiar, in India we are following three-tier system of Panchayat Raj. The topmost is Zila Parishad, or we can say municipality, district level that. So there are different types of district level urban local governments we discussed. The next is Panchayat Samiti, or you can say the block level government, or you can say mandal level government. Okay, you can say this is mandal level government. Okay, then third one, bottom one is Gram Sabha and Gram Panchayat. It is at village level. So three-tier system it is. First one district level, Panchayat Samiti, okay, Zila Parishad, Panchayat Samiti and Gram Sabha. Now first I will explain Gram Sabha. Now see here, the Gram Sabha, if we consider, it is the center of self-governance at the village level. Okay, it is the center of self-governance at the village level. It ensures direct and participatory democracy. So because at a village level for the representation, the people are elected for the village head. Village head is elected by the people. So democracy is present at the grassroots level. The democracy is present at the grassroots level. And Gram Panchayat is the executive body of the Gram Sabha. See, for a Gram Sabha, the Gram Panchayat is an executive body. Okay, to run the village, there is Gram Panchayat, that is an executive body. It ensures to fulfill the constitution makers' dream of Gram Swaraj. So Mahatma Gandhi, the dream was Gram Swaraj for the development at the grassroots level. So by the development of this Gram Sabha concept of Panchayat Raj institutions, it is going to fulfill the dreamers of the freedom fighters. A Gram Panchayat can be set up in a village with a population of more than 600. So suppose if you take a village which is having the population more than 600, they can set up a Gram Sabha, Gram Panchayat. Okay. Now suppose if the strength of the village, the population in the village is less than 600, then 2-3 villages they will combine and form a Gram Panchayat. Okay, na? See, if the population of the village is less than 600, if the population of the village is less than 600, 2 or more villagers are joined together. Okay, 2 or more villagers are joined together to share a common Gram Panchayat. Remember, 2 or more villagers are joined together to share a common Gram Panchayat. There are about 250,000 Gram Panchayats in India. So in India, total 250,000 Gram Panchayats approximately. Imagine, it's a vast country. So that means the democracy level is present at the grassroots level. Imagine. Okay. Now the Gram Panchayat elections, compositions and term I will explain. See here, elections. The members of Gram Panchayats are elected by the Gram Sabha. Okay. The members of Gram Panchayat are elected by the Gram Sabha. The Gram Sabha is nothing but the people of that particular village. People of the village is a Gram Sabha. So the composition you can see in the Gram Panchayat, there is a Sarpanch or Pradhan, we can say the president of the Gram Panchayat, and vice president of the Gram Sabha or ex officio member of the Gram Panchayat. Vice president is there, and they are assisted by 5 to 31 Panchayat members. They are assisted by 5 to 31 Panchayat members. Panchayat members in local term we can say ward members. Okay, na? The term of Gram Panchayat is 5 years. Okay, the term of Gram Panchayat is 5 years. In case of dissolution, elections would be compulsory held within the 6 months. So this is the information about the Gram Panchayat. Remember, the Sarpanch is indirectly elected by the, indirectly elected by the Panchayat members. And Panchayat members are directly elected by the people. Remember, Panchayat members are directly elected by people. Panchayati members are directly elected by people. But Sarpanch or Pradhan is indirectly elected by Panchayat members. Okay, Panchayat members. I hope you understood. Okay, this is the Gram Panchayat. Now, the developmental functions done with the help of Gram Panchayat. What are the developmental functions are done? I'll explain one by one these functions. Now we can see provide vocational educations, like you can say sewing machines, providing sewing machines to women in the village, providing micro scale industries. We are going to give some work by giving fund, impart physical training, organize field trips, etc. Then develop small scale industries and support existing ones, provide rural housing especially for the poor. So, providing rural housing for the poor people in the village, and develop farm, forestry and sericulture, provide irrigation facilities and 24 hours of electricity. All these are developmental functions. Construct and maintain village roads, bridges, waterways, and manage pasture lands and vacant lands, etc. So, all these are the developmental activities done by the panchayats. Okay, now, importance of local self-government. Functions for a democratic structure. Local people will suggest better solutions, right? And government can reach ordinary people. Lessons, burdens of state and central government. Okay, state and central government burden is going to reduce. Training ground for local leadership, right? These are the essential important advantages of local government, right? These are the advantages of local government. Now, next is Panchayat Samiti composition. Panchayat Samiti. What is Panchayat Samiti? Panchayat Samiti is at mandal level, block level. Okay, now see here, elected members, Sarpanch, president within the block, and one elected member by each Gram Panchayat. Suppose you can take, let us say this is a let us consider this is a district. Let us say this is a district. In the district, this is a mandal, one block, one mandal. Remember, this is a district. This is a district. This is a mandal. Okay, block level. Now, in a mandal, there are so many villages. Every village has a Gram Panchayat. Every village has a Gram Panchayat. So, in every village, there is a Sarpanch, Pradhan. So, out of all these Sarpanch, Pradhans of the Gram Panchayats, in that mandal, one person is elected as a Samiti member. Okay, Panchayat Samiti member. Remember, Sarpanch within the block and one elected member by each Gram Panchayat. Then associate members. There are so many government officials are there, like a block developmental officer, MPs and MLAs and MLCs of that area. Okay, they'll attend the meetings. Okay, they can only attend meetings and express views, but do not have the power to vote. Remember, the MPs and MLAs, they can attend the meetings at a block level. MPs and MLAs and block developmental officers, they can attend the meetings at block level, but they cannot cast vote for particular developmental plan. Ex officio members, the sub-divisional magistrate and block development officer, they are the government officers, okay. Joint collector, we can say, joint collector or MROs, they are their block developmental officer, they are ex officio members, right, ex officio members. Reservation according to proportion to the population. See, almost 1/3 of seats are reserved for SCs and STs, 1/3 seats are reserved for women, about 50% in the same state. Qualification same as that for Gram Panchayat, okay, same like 21 years above, that is more than enough. The president of the Panchayat Samiti is also called Pradhan. Besides him, the Up Pradhan, vice president, is also elected. So this is the information about Panchayat Samiti Mandal level, okay. So at a Mandal level, they will reviews funds from either urban union and state government and distribute among the Panchayati Samitis, okay. Advises state government regarding needs of the people in the rural areas, right. So functions of Zila Parishad. Now Zila Parishad, you can say Zila Parishad chairman is there, okay, and members are there. So they are going to work for civic and welfare of the functions, coordination, supervisory functions and advisory financial functions. So like that, in India, 3-tier system works at a grassroots level, okay. 3-tier system work at a grassroots level for the development of a democracy, for the development of a country. So this is the complete information about this particular unit, local governance, okay. So from this unit, what type of questions they'll ask you for your exam, you know. See, they will ask you the questions like explain Panchayat Raj institutions, simple, like 10 marks question, 15 marks question, or otherwise explain the constitutional development for the development of local governance. See, constitutional development means you should explain about 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act and 74th Constitutional Amendment Act, for example, okay. Otherwise, they'll ask you explain 3-tier system of local governments. Then you should write 3-tier system of local government. At the top level, Zila Parishad, block level, Panchayati Samiti, and village level, Gram Panchayat. You should explain, right. So this is the complete information about the 5th unit, that is local governance.